Building a professional looking website inside GoHighLevel is really hard, and the problem is when your own website does not look professional, it's a lot harder to build trust and charge high ticket prices. In my last video I showed you the agency website I built for an AI web design agency, but in this video I'm breaking down the 3 key sections from that website and show you exactly how I built them inside GoHighLevel. Most people just use standard stock images for their heroes. The issue with that is that clients can see when you use stock images. That gives the website like this 2010 vibe. Instead, I used Pinterest to find inspiration and Gemini 3 to create the hero image that you can see over here. So let me show you how I did that. So on Pinterest, I found this image that I wanted to use as an inspiration for the hero background. But at the end of the day, you can just search Pinterest for an image style that you really like. And then you need another image that you want to use the style of. So let's say colors or like how it looks. For example, this one is more flat than this one, for example. And if you have like both images that you want to use, you want to come over to Gemini 3. So after opening Gemini 3, you just input your image, and I created a Gemini gem that basically turns an image into a JSON file. And the reason I'm doing that is so I'm able to make like small adjustments about the image description and just tell Gemini what to change. So let's say I just want to change the background or like the color of the sun. In the JSON prompt, I just need to tell Gemini to make an edit to change the sun. And when I then give Gemini this image back and the updated JSON prompt, it will be really precise in the edits it will make. Next up, I took this image as an inspiration for the color. So I basically did the same. I copied the image into my gem and it turned the image into a JSON. So you basically get the same file that you did before. And then I told Gemini to update this JSON, so the original image, based on those colors and the styling of this image. And when I did that, this is the result I got. It's not exactly the same what I used on the website, but it's pretty close. And the process is basically the same. And the reason we are doing it with a JSON format is so that you are able to create on-brand images with like brand colors for every image you use on your website, because what really makes or breaks your website is like the entire like the feel and the colors that you use around your website, and they need to match on every image that you create. And with that process, you are basically able to like do exactly that. Then inside the GoHighLevel editor, I just added the image and I added a full center parallax just so that we get this like really nice scroll image background effect. So now you have a premium hero image that looks on brand and is animated rather than just like a static stock image that everyone else is using. So next up, I will show you how to build this professional bento grid that I created. It looks like really professional and also on brand. It looks difficult at first, but it's actually one of the easiest parts of this website to create. By the way, if you want to get this exact website copied into your GoHighLevel account, check out the first link in the description. I haven't seen a lot of bento grids on GoHighLevel, and I guess it's because people don't actually know how to build them. But that's actually a huge mistake. Bento grids are the perfect tool to showcase your stats and testimonials in an interesting and professional way, as you can see over here. So this is how I created a bento grid for this website. Inside the GoHighLevel editor, I want to scroll down to my bento grid. And basically what I created, you can see it's a row, like a one column row with 3 1 columns inside of them. And the trick about the bento grid is that you can pull those small dots and you can basically change the layout of the grid. And if you have ever seen like bento grids before, they basically consist of like individual boxes with different sizes and content, and the layout is still really like aligned. And with those dots, you can create them like really easily, and you just add your content inside, as you can see in here. So for example, this one is just an image. We have like a big number, and you can basically do that for your website in like really short time. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that you need to align them. So there's like no perfect way to do it, but like as you can see, you just like drag it over and it's perfectly aligned. And just like that, you have a modern, eye-catching bento grid that makes your agency look like the top 1%. And finally, I'm going to show you how to restyle the contact form so it looks like part of your brand and not like the default GoHighLevel form. If you have a website on GoHighLevel, did you take the time to customize your form, or does it look like this? Most websites I see that are built on GoHighLevel use the same standard form, which definitely kills conversion and does not look professional. I did not use any CSS on this form. I just messed with like a few simple settings. And as you can see, like it completely looks different. Like it does not look like the standard GoHighLevel form. So these are the settings I changed. So inside GoHighLevel, we scroll down and I just quickly want to open the form and show you all the settings that I edited. So when we now click into them, you can see that I changed the color of the label. So basically the color, size and font of the labels, and also the color like inside the form fields. I changed the background and also the spacing. I think the biggest part is about the spacing, because when we come in here, you can see I added like 15 pixels of spacing over here. And I think for the label, it's only the color. But like the spacing of the input field is like the biggest thing, because like most people don't really make any adjustments to this. And then I also changed the spacing of the button, so it's also 15 pixels everywhere. So everything looks and feels aligned. So this simple fix makes your form look like 10 times more professional and on brand, which results in more leads and more sales. And if you now want to see my full web design process on how I process every client that gets into my agency, watch this video next.